Hey foodies, today I'm sharing with you some steak sandwiches that I did the other day. And I started off by making a garlic aioli. So what I have in the bowl is mayo. I'm adding some minced garlic. Then I'll add Dijon mustard, a little bit of salt, some freshly squeezed lemon juice, paprika, and then some white pepper. There's going to be a gravy on this sandwich, but I still feel like it needs that creamy element. So if you have a favorite sandwich spread, you could use it or just make this simple aioli, okay? One thing I added too was some onions. If you want to, you could simply just saute some onions, or you could caramelize them by adding butter to the pan, adding those onion strips, tossing them in the butter, and then you can add a little salt if you want to. Put the lid on the pan and let it cook over very low heat. After a long while, the onions will caramelize on its own. But I'm cheating. Today, I'm going to be using a little brown sugar to speed up the process. So I just added brown sugar and salt. I will still toss everything together. Then I'm going to put a lid on and leave it over low heat to cook. It's going to get soft and it will caramelize a bit, but it will be a shorter time than if I didn't use that brown sugar. Okay, so we'll just leave that over the low heat. You can check on it occasionally and give it a stir. Make sure it's not sticking or anything, and then just put the lid back on and let it cook. If you're one of those folks that doesn't like onions like that, then you can just leave it off and use this on someone else's sandwich, okay? So after the onion is cooked, it's gonna look like this. You'll see a little bit of brown. It's gonna be soft. It's gonna be sweet, okay? So just set that aside. And then for the steak, guys, I had some steaks the other day. I seasoned everything, but I seasoned too many. So I ended up freezing the rest. So that's what I did. I just thawed out some seasoned steaks. These have a little bit of steak seasoning and salt on them. And I'm just going to cook them on both sides. Of course, you can turn them on all sides if you need to or if you want to. I'm going to treat them the same way we would treat our steak even if we weren't putting it in a sandwich, okay? So get that beautiful sear, then add butter, garlic, an herb of your choice. I chose thyme for this. And then you're just going to baste the steak and cook it to your liking. If you want it well done, fine. If you want it medium, fine. Cook it to your liking. Just make sure you keep basting it with that flavorful butter. And then once it's cooked to your liking, you're just going to set it aside. And now I will make a very simple gravy. So I'm just adding some flour in here with the butter. Just going to mix that together. This is going to help our gravy to thicken up. Cook that for at least a minute. Then add beef broth or water. You want to mix it quickly so it doesn't lump up and maintain low to medium heat. Then I'm adding some Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce to this. Of course, if you have a steak sauce that you like, you could add it right here. You could even add some black pepper or beef seasoning. I did some beef seasoning right here. Stir it together, give it a taste, adjust the seasoning. And then you can, strain this to get out the garlic and all that stuff, right? So just strain it, set it aside till you're ready, okay? I had some ciabatta buns. I like these because they are sturdy, but once you heat them up, they still have some softness and a little chewiness to them. So you can heat it up on the stove in a pan. So you can put some mayo or butter on there and heat it up in a pan. Or you could just put all of them in the oven and heat them up because you want it to be warm for the sandwich. And then I cut up the steaks. So of course I let them rest a little bit before cutting them because I don't want all the juices to run out. So slice them thinly, as thin as you like. And then all you need to do now is assemble everything. So for the base of the sandwich, you're gonna put on that garlic aioli. Just spread lots of it on there, or as much as you like. What if you don't like a lot, right? So as much as you like. And then put the beef on there. So get the steak slices on there. Then you're gonna add the gravy. And you can use as much as you like. Some people like to dip their sandwich in the gravy too. So if you want to leave some gravy for dipping, you could do that. Next is the onions, nice and sweet. All right, so we're gonna add that caramelized onion on there, and then some cheese. You can use provolone slices, cheddar, or Swiss. I used Swiss cheese. And you're gonna put this in the oven under the broiler until the cheese melts. Now for the top half of the sandwich, you can, put on the garlic aioli. Just spread it all over. Take the assembled sandwich out of the oven. Look at how cheesy that is. Then you just need to top it off. And that's it. You are good to go. Remember, if you want to brush the bread with butter, you could do that too. It's really up to you. And as far as how you serve it, you can, serve it just like this, or you could cut it in half. Do what makes you happy. And remember, you can dunk this in some gravy if you like. We enjoyed every bit of these sandwiches. Definitely gonna be making this again soon. Give it a try, guys. See you next time. Bye bye.